So, Yogi Breisner, you're a man known to many as a bit of a guru, but more associated, I suppose, with other equestrian sports such as 3D eventing and, of course, jumps racing. But you're here today at Mark Johnston's A Flat Yard. What have you been doing today here?
We have worked with some of the staff here, and particularly on the riding side. It's actually something that Mark and Deirdre Johnson started a number of years ago when they asked me to come up and just work a little bit with the riders and on their technique, their position on the horse, etc. And then they did actually run up in this area, sort of pilot scheme where the BHA was behind that. We went out into yards and helped to train staff, to give staff professional, or should I say continued professional development, as they call it in the industrial world, to make it interesting for them, to give them something to aim for, and to hope to develop their riding so that they could be even better used to the yard and to the trainers than they already are. And of course, it helps. Everyone wants good riders, because good riders develop good horses, and the whole job becomes much, much easier. But if you give staff and the young people this initiative of that they can always improve, they can always do things better, and give them certain challenges, because it is some of the things that we did would be challenges to them, and give them, if you like it, different tools and more tools to carry around in their toolbox, so that when they get on different horses that might throw them different challenges, pulling, lazy horses, spooky horses and so on, they are better equipped to cope with it, but also possibly to give them something that they can make use of in the future, hopefully still in the racing industry. But the more different and more difficult horses they can ride and the more skills they have, of course, the more employable they are.
And how different is it? I mean, do you have to really swap your mindset going from, say, an event yard to a racing yard?
There is a lot of parallels. You don't really need to change your mindset because the mindset of wanting to improve and the dedication to improving yourself and making things better and being competitive and being a winner is the same regardless of whatever sport you are doing, and goes outside equestrian sports. Of course, in equestrian sports we have this added thing about the horse and the ability to understand and read the horse and the horsemanship, which is so well displayed by a lot of riding staff, certainly of all our jockeys and top jockeys, and also about the trainers who have to get into the horse's brain to get the best out of them, and working with that. The basic technique and how you deal with the horse doesn't vary that much, but then of course there are the technical aspects of racing. Is about getting horses fit, getting horses to run as fast as they can from A to B. In jump racing they have to jump a few obstacles in the way. Eventing has the dressage side, the show jumping side, and the cross-country sides. You have those techniques, but there are a lot of the techniques that you would use in the eventing side that you can adapt and bring into the racing. And likewise, there are certain areas of the racing side, the conditioning of horses, the fitness, the jockey's balance, the jockey's horsemanship, and how to deal with horses and adapt to horses at speed, that you can bring into the eventing side. So there are certainly a lot of parallels, and I think that that's the wonderful thing with the equestrian industry, and I'm certainly not the only one and won't be the only one that there's those parallels. We only have to see on Harvey Smith, who's come from show jumping into racing, Henrietta Knight, who has made that leap into it as well, and then of course now you have Dan and Harry Skelton and Nick Skelton, who has gone from show jumping into racing. So there are a lot of people that are crossing these skills over from one to the other, and I think that's very good and healthy for all our industries.